This is a small video which is talking about an article which has come through my email address in regards to the Saudi doctrine of Wahabism being spread around the world, and an Indian minister who pointed out the fact that this is one of the major cornerstones of the jihadist doctrine. Now, the problem is that the Saudi Arabians have turned around saying, oh, well, no, it isn't Wahhabism, it's people who are apparently manipulated. What they fail to realise is that there is a relationship between fundamentalism and violence. Now, fundamentalism by itself does not create violence. However, fundamentalism in certain religions provides the necessary footholds to create a violent doctrine. If you have those necessary footholds, it is then possible for someone to take the next logical step and be well within the interpretation, within the scope of interpretation, as it was set down by the fundamentalist interpretation of that given religion. The problem is, however, what we see is the Saudi Arabians completely ignoring their role in worldwide terrorism. They've sponsored Wahhabist doctrine for the last 20-30 years, billions of dollars of oil money being pumped the dawah around the world to propagate their hardline interpretation of Islam. And this isn't just a matter of, it does not just simply affect, for example, non-Muslims, but it also affects Muslims as well. If you happen to be a Sufi, for example, you're within their targeting radar. If you happen to be a Shia Muslim, you're in the focus in their targeting radar. The venting of hatred. So what people need to realise is that this Wahhabist doctrine, which is pumped around the world, isn't just a threat to non-Muslims. It's also a threat to Muslims as well. And what needs to be created is a counterbalance to it. But like I've said, we don't see any sort of counterbalance coming out of America. We don't see any attempt by America or any attempt by the major Western powers to actually tell Saudi Arabia, you are the single biggest vector, you are at the core of international Islamism. You are the ones who are causing it. You are the people who are pumping an ideology around the world that's creating the necessary footholds for people to justify their particular violent acts. And ever since September 11th, what we've seen is this weak-kneed, limp-wristed approach by America when it comes to Saudi Arabia. Because like I've said in previous videos, before I deleted them, America seems to be more concerned, more contented with the idea of getting cheap, plentiful oil out of a source in the Middle East than saying, well, okay, we might have to put up with petrol at $3 or $4 a gallon, and instead we actually stand on some principles. Our economy isn't going to grow at 6%. We just might have to be satisfied at 2.5–3% because we stand on some values and we don't bend over to apologise for Saudi doctrine being exported around the world that ends up creating necessary fodder for violent jihad.